with their email and password. Okay, now publish this, and we are pretty much done with the Cloud Firestore for now. So I'm just gonna minimize this and go back to the Android Studio. And now we have already connected our app to the Firebase. We have already connected our we have already added the required dependencies in our application. So we are good to go ahead. Now I'm going to start by registering the user. Okay, so here once the data is valid, so you can see here, I hope that you are understanding what I have done here in the pre-code that I have written. If not, let me know in the comment below and I'll just explain it to you again, okay, in the comment section. So yeah, now I'm gonna check if the data are valid. And if you remember, valid is a Boolean field that is set here and here as well, because if any data is not valid, then we are going to make the valid as false and we won't be able to register the user. So here, if the data is valid, that means we are good to go and register the user. So here I'm gonna start the user registration process, right? And to start the registration process, we need few things. First is Firebase Authentication. So Firebase Auth, I'm gonna name it as fauth like always. And we also need Firestore. So here we need Firestore because, as I said, we will store the data into the Firestore, Cloud Firestore. But if you are not using that and you are only interested in authentication, then you don't need it, obviously. For that, you need to watch my authentication video. Now let me initialize these variables. So fauth Firebase auth dot get instance. All right, and similarly fstore, this is for Firestore, so Firebase Firestore dot get instance. Okay, now these variables are initialized. We can use this fauth to register the new user. Okay, so here if data is valid, I'm going to call the fauth, and here it provide one special method called create user with email and password. And it takes two parameters. One is username, another one is password. So email is the username here, right? So I'm gonna get text from the email and convert that to the string, and the password is available in the password field. So password dot get text dot to a string. Okay, and now it's going to trigger some event, and that we need to handle that event to be able to identify if the user was able to create the account or not. Okay, so I'm gonna add on success listener and on failure listener, so that we can handle both the condition when the user was able to create the account and when the user was not able to create the account. This on success method is triggered when the account is created successfully. So I'm gonna display the toast message saying that account created. Okay, and here once the account is created, we'll send them to the dashboard or main activity. So I'm gonna start new activity and new intent. Here I'm gonna get the application context and I'm gonna send user to the main activity, and I'll also add the finish here, and finish is important here. It will not let the user go back. Okay, so if somebody registered the new account and they created the account and they go to the main activity, then if they click on back or they press on back button, then they will be able to go back to the registration activity, which we do not want user to be able to do. So that's why we're adding the finish here, that will clear all the previous activity. So similarly, add on failure listener. In this case, I'm just going to display the message failed to create account. Okay, and user will be returned to the same activity. Okay, so this is the simple method that is used to create the new account. Okay, but in our case, what we are doing is we are also storing the full name and phone number into the Firestore database. Okay, so in the Cloud Firestore, we can store the data in collections and the document basis. So we'll have one collections called users, and inside that we will have the documents for every users, so it will have its own unique ID. So when the account is created through this auth here, Firebase is going to assign the random ID to the user, so we don't need to worry about the unique ID. They already they are going to assign that automatically, and based on that we can store the information into the Firestore. Okay, so now once the account is created, I want to extract the other information like full name and phone number and store that into the Firebase. Okay, so to do that, first I need the document reference. Okay, so if you don't understand all these, please watch the other video series that I have created on the storing the data into the Firestore and so on, because since this tutorial is entirely about different thing, I'm not going to go into deep on that document and reference and everything. Okay, so let's create the document reference, give some name, let's say that's df. Now I'm going to use Firestore for the reference, and here I can use collections and users. And if you remember, we have not created any kind of collection in Firestore, right? So in that case, if the Firebase do not find the users collection into this Firestore database, let me show you here. Let me go back to the data here, and you can see we don't have anything. Firebase is automatically going to create that user collection for us here. Okay, we will see that once the application is running. And now I'm going to create the document based on the user ID, and as I said, once this method is executed, Firebase is going to create the new user, and that user is going to have the new ID. Okay, so that's why I can use that ID to create another document so that we can identify the users. Okay, so inside this I'm also going to create one more method object for Firebase user, and I can use fauth dot get current user. Okay, so we are just getting the information of the user that is just created by the Firebase, and here inside this document I'm going to pass the user and I'm going to get the UID. Okay, since you can see that get UID method is now available inside this. If you try to do outside this, you won't be able to do that, because the user.getUID is only available once that onSuccess method is executed. Okay, all right. And now we have the reference. Now we need to store the data. So to store the data, we can use the map. So our map is going to take the key value pairs. So key of string and value of object. I'm going to give the name as user info and new hash map. So this is the hash map. And now we'll add the information we need. User info dot put, and now here we'll give the key, that is full name in our case. Okay, key is the string that is going to be used to identify the particular field or particular value in the database. So make sure that you give the proper conventions here or use the proper name here, so that it will be easier for you to retrieve the data in your applications. So here I'm going to get the full name, so I'm just going to get the text and convert that to the string. Similarly, I'll also put the email. Okay, so user email, all right, and I'm also going to add the phone number, obviously. And we also have the phone number at a text field here, so get text, convert that to the string. Okay, so these are the information that I want to store in the database. Okay, and now here we need to specify the access label. Okay, so how we are going to do is, I'm going to create one more field here. So user info dot put, okay, and the field name is admin. Okay, and if you want this particular user to be admin, then you just give 1 here. Okay, that means if the is admin field is 1, that means this particular user is admin. But you can see this I can't put here. Since everybody is going to be having the easy admin as 1, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it as a 0. Okay, or since this is a normal user, you can give is user equals to 1 here. Okay, since this is a normal user. And if you want to make this user as admin, then you can go back to the Firebase Firestore, and there you can change, or you can add extra field as the is admin and give that as a 1. Okay, and based on that particular field, we are going to identify which user is what. Okay, so this is the normal user, so I'm just giving the is user field here and giving that as a 1. Okay, and now I need to save this to the Firestore, so let me do that. User info dot I need to use the document reference that I have created, so df dot, and here we'll have the multiple option to store the data, so I'm going to use the set method, and here I need to pass the objects or map object, so user info, and here I can also add the listener in case of failure event or success event, but that is not necessary for now. But if you want to track if the document was written successfully into the database or not, you can add that success listener. Okay, all right, now if we run this application, it should be able to register the user and save this information into our database here. Okay, we'll see that. So now I have my device connected here. You can see I'm just going to run this application and we'll see what happens. Okay guys, the application is running now, and you can see it is directly sending me to the main activity. It is because when I created this application, the main activity was the launcher activity, which will be displayed to the user when the application is open. So I need to change that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back